doing about the 6-inch iPad rumor, and yeah, that sounds very cool and interesting. But now we hear that it's much more likely that Apple is going to change their iPod Touch instead of doing something with their iPad. And yes, this sounds pretty clever actually, if I just think about it, that instead of making the iPad their tablet smaller to, let's say, all of these low-end tablet devices that are around this 7-inch, why not just make a bigger iPod Touch? Because as you know, the Apple TV and all of Apple's media stuff, they're trying to focus on gaming, and they will probably bring Apple TV gaming pretty soon with AirPlay. But why not expand the iPod Touch to, instead of a 3.5-inch screen, why not expand it to 4 to 7-inch? It would probably be like 5-inch, but think about it, a 4, no, maybe 5 would be perfect. A 5-inch iPod Touch, that would be called a bigger iPod Touch. Then that would be the normal iPod Touch, and then they would, that old iPod Touch with the 3.5-inch screen, it would maybe be called iPad or iPod Mini or something like that. But seriously, that sounds pretty clever, because that means that right now people don't really see the iPod as a tablet, but if they would bump that up to 5 or 6-inch, because we have some Android devices, smartphones, that's being called media tablets when they are in that size. So if the iPod is going to be called a tablet, it's kind of good if it's in that range 4 to 7-inch, because that means that it will be able to be a competitor to all of these Android tablets that are in that size, like 7-inch and 8-inch, because people will think, do I really need a 7-inch tablet, or should I just buy the iPod Touch because it's big, it's almost the same size? I mean, I think this could be really genius, because right now 7-inch tablets that are out is the Samsung Galaxy Tab, we have the Dell Streak, and I think the RIM Playbook also is in that range, and the HTC Flyer tablet. So actually, I mean, if I think about it, I think a bigger iPod Touch sounds way cooler than a smaller iPad, because I mean, smaller iPad, I mean, 6/7-inch iPad, it's still pretty big, but a 5-inch iPod Touch, that sounds pretty sweet. You could carry it with you without everyone see it every time, and so actually I think this could be kind of awesome. I mean, it's genius, and I think we're going to see, I really think that we're going to see a bigger iPod Touch, because I mean, Apple, they need to do something. I mean, all of these new smartphones that gets released, they are in that size. They are at least like 4-inch right now. So a 5-inch iPod Touch, perfect, because it will be able to compete with these media devices, all of these smartphones that get out and how big screen. People are going to see that iPod Touch is there, it got a pretty big screen, and the people that want to buy tablets, they will see that the iPod Touch still got a pretty big screen, and you can game and you hold all of these iTunes media stuff on it. And I think this could be a genius move if Apple really pull it off. So it's going to be interesting, it's going to be very interesting, and if we're going to see a big iPod Touch, I think that we're going to see it in this fall, when Apple usually release their iPod Touches. So hopefully we will see at least 2 new iPod Touches. So that's going to be kind of sweet. See you.